What up, YouTube? Tim Moose here. Here is my throwback segment where I talk about the films that turns 10 and 20 this week. Alright, the films turning 10, we got the Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston movie, Just Go With It. Now, it's about this plastic surgeon named Donnie Maccabee, played by Adam Sandler, who pretends to be married to his co-worker, played by Jennifer Aniston, so that he can enjoy future dates with no strings attached. But of course, not to mention, he ends up meeting this woman named Palmer, played by Brooklyn Decker, and so he pretty much wants to get with her by pretending that his assistant, Catherine, played by Jennifer Aniston, is his soon-to-be ex-wife. You also had Nick Swartzen, who was really good in this movie. Just Go was pretty hilarious. I mean, Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston, who would, of course, later go on to star in Murder Mystery, were both solid in this film. If you haven't seen it, I'd say give it a shot. I mean, it did not really get, like most Sandler movies, it did not get well received, but I got a kick out of it. Alright. Also turning 20, we got Romeo and Juliet, which, while I'd probably still say Sherlock Holmes was more bad, I was not a big fan of Romeo and Juliet. I mean, you had James McAvoy, Emily Blunt, Jason Statham, Maggie Smith. Of course, it is pretty much like a modern, like an interesting take of the classic Romeo and Juliet tale, with gnomes. Yeah, it was not so good at all, and Sherlock Holmes was not even better. So, yeah. Anyway, for all you believers, also turning 10 this week, we got the Justin Bieber documentary, Justin Bieber Never Say Never. Directed by John M. Chu, who of course gave us Jam and the Holograms, Crazy Rich Asians. I mean, say what you want about Justin Bieber, the dude knows how to sell a crowd, And his documentary was not so bad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did saw it in theaters when it got released. I do quite like Justin Bieber. I think the dude is pretty talented. He's a pretty cool singer. I know he gets lots of hate for some reason, but yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a bit of at times he could be a douchebag, I'm guessing, but he's not that bad of a singer. Leave the poor kid alone, people. But I thought the documentary wasn't so bad. Last but not least, turning 10, we got The Ego, which is this fantasy movie with Channing Tatum. That wasn't so good. I stand correctly. Also turning 10, we got Cedar Rapids, which stars Ed Helms as his insurance agent who is sublimely naive, and he has never stayed in a hotel. He has never flown a plane. He has never left his tiny Wisconsin home. So he chooses to represent his company at a convention in Hawaii. He also meets these three veterans attendees, played by John C. Reilly and Hayes Isaiah Whitlock Jr., who set him on the course of a life-altering weekend of wild times and sweet temptation. The film was directed by Miguel Urta, who also did Youth and Revolt. He did Alexander the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Bad Day film. He recently put out Like a Boss, which I thought was pretty decent. He also has that new movie Yesterday coming to Netflix. Not bad director. Ed Helms was pretty decent in this. It was pretty funny. Very underrated, but if you guys haven't seen it, give it a shot. Pretty decent little film. Alright, also turning 20, we got Hannibal, which, well, not as good as Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal was okay. You of course had Anthony Hopkins reprising his role as Hannibal Lecter, and it was, of course, about 10 years after, the events of Silence of the Lambs. And I thought it was a pretty decent film. Anthony Hopkins, he's definitely a really solid Hannibal Lecter. You also had Julianne Moore, who, portrayed the role of Clarice Starling, and not to mention we got the Silence of the Lambs sequel, Clarice, premiere this week. So there's that. It was, of course, directed by Ridley Scott, who's not a bad director there. It's not a bad film. Gary Oldman was also in this. So, if you guys haven't seen it, it's not as good as Silence of the Lambs, but it's far better than Red Dragon, though. But it was still pretty decent. Alright, also turning 20, we got probably my favorite film on this list, and that is Saving Silverman. Saving Silverman is awesome. You had, in it, you got JD and Wayne, played by Jack Black, and Steve Zahn, who begins to suspect that their best friend Daryl Silverman is going to, marry, this crazy woman named Judah, played by Amanda Peet. So they decide to pretty much, tie her up and kidnap her so he could try to get with his high school love, played by Amanda Detmer. You also had Neil Diamond was in this. I mean, Sammy Silverman is really hilarious. You had Lee Army, Ollie Ermey was in this. I love Ollie Ermey. R.I.P. man. But yeah, this movie is really good. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on Hulu. Go watch it. Sammy Silverman it's a comedy that's not really get appreciated a whole lot, but it's really good. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me leave it to you guys. Which of these films stand out to you the most? The 10-year one, I'll probably go say Just Go With It. I really adore that film. And the 20 years one, I'm definitely going to say Saving Silverman. Anyway, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Tim signing off.